Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for the first of two semi-finals between these Bunnings NPC provincial sides. I know that you want to see the chat. You were pointing at it, but we are now ready. There's no one in the chat at the moment. Nico Jones, though, he's back after deciding to try and headbutt someone's chest. I think it was.
That's right.
Knocked himself out, didn't he?
He did.
Went to sleep, unfortunately, the youngster, but he's back now, ready to rumble, and these two sides playing off at Sky Stadium. Jackson Garden Bishop, a player, had a very impressive quarterfinal, you have to say. Normally, I guess a player who some people like, some people don't like. But he's gone all right so far throughout this Bunnings NPC Sports Highlights. Has said, hi, welcome in, hope you are doing very well. Ball kicked high straight away, and Jackson Garden Bishop gets onto it. His brother, Connor Garden Bishop, also going to be seeing a little bit of him today. And TJ Perenara.
Your favourite player.
He is now in the All Blacks 15, isn't he? Now, Perenara.
So why is it called All Blacks 15 and not New Zealand Day or something?
That's a very good question. I don't know who decided to name it what they named it, but they did. I guess Leon McDonald wanted to feel like he was the AB's coach, so he's like, I'll just call it All Blacks 15. Good evening, says Norman. Welcome in. We're doing well, and Izzy is back again. Izzy's back, so I'm going to tell you that Izzy's back.
Izzy's back?
Yep. He said, tell a friend. It's going to be the advantage at the moment for Wellington. Anyone who hears what sounds like gunfire in the background, it's just in the hallway, but it's not gunfire. It is a stapler. Currently, a wardrobe getting put together. Perenara now hanging on to that ball. Now it's going back to halfway. James Dolman, he said that it was number 2 who's offside. Don't want to be a bit of a tall individual, isn't he?
Quite tall, isn't he?
I believe they mentioned.
On a bit in years.
I think he's the tallest player. Oh, yeah, a bit of a cheap shot. Why do it? You know, that's like the one that we saw last week when it was a very important moment and someone decided to throw a cheap shot, cheap shoulder, and it reversed the momentum of the game. Lenny Upperside needs to think a little bit more than that, I would think. Now Jackson Garden Bishop kicks it into touch, 22 metres out. Ruben Love's going, and it's an interesting one that he decided to go for me and not you, Julian. Of course, Julian Savia probably would have fired something back in the process as well.
I'd imagine so.
So who do you see winning this game? With the Wellingtonians, if that's what you call them, they're at home. Do you think that's enough to beat Auckland, who now don't have a few of their big guns, such as Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, Akira Ioane? He did play last week, scored a try. He's no longer there with a selection in the All Blacks.
Oh, okay, so none of them are playing.
No, but the All Blacks 15 players still are. So Patrick Tuipulotu, he is still there for Auckland. For Wellington, you've got Perenara. You've also got the likes of the youngster, Ruben Love, getting selected for the All Blacks 15. Great to see for him. And beautiful offload there to Billy Proctor. And there's shooting somewhere behind the green screen. Get down, folks. Perenara goes to Garden Bishop, short ball to Lakai. He's probably unfortunate to not be selected for a Super Rugby team yet, but I assume that it's coming because he's had a tremendous provincial season.
Yes.
And also, we lose George Bridge. No, says Izzy in there.
Yeah, he's going to Japan.
I mean, if he's not getting selected for the All Blacks, though, you can kind of understand it, can't you?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yep.
See, on the other hand, Sever Reese actually has extended his contract with the Crusaders. So he will be there for quite some time. And also, much love, brother, says David the Mod. And I can get a shout, says Nick. Shout out to you. And also, hi, Hamish and Donna with the Kieran emojis from David the Mod. Kieran at the moment is extremely deflated. I was trying to save some space. That's a nice pass on the outside. Julian Savia's legs didn't look like they wanted to work, but now starts getting the tyres pumping down the wing of the bus. It's going to be stolen by Funaki. He's done very well to get that ball, though. They didn't have a half for Wellington. Where was Perenara?
Where was anyone?
Now Auckland got this ball back. Nico Jones, the youngster, tries to carry forward. Tackled by Xavier Numia.
So is he Michael Jones's boy?
He is.
Okay.
Plays for Moana Pacifica throughout Super Rugby. It's going to be kicked downfield, I believe, by Simon Hickey. And what happened to Roger Tuivasa-Sheck? He got selected for the All Blacks, so he's not allowed to play in these games anymore, which I'm sure Auckland won't be too happy about because he's actually been pretty good for them in the midfield.
On the wing.
Oh, yeah, he's done a bit of both, hasn't he? Now a nice run from the youngster. Now that's Riley Higgins. He's a name you'll hear in the future a little bit more, whether it's for the Hurricanes or whether it's for Wellington. You thought that was a bit high, didn't you?
I did.
The referee did too. Now Julian Savia in the corner. And now Lenny Upperside tried to knock him into touch. Didn't work as well as hitting Ruben Love.
No. He's a big boy.
Savi has gone straight over him. That is the first try of the match, and Wellington get themselves the first one. And so good. I like so good. Says TSM, a big love. Brandon and Hamish, Pakistan beat the Black Caps by 5 wickets. The final to win the Tri-Nation Series. They did indeed.
Yeah.
Black Caps just a few runs too short. Pakistan getting it with 3 balls remaining, was it?
Yep.
Somewhere around
Had
there.
a 6.
Mm.
They only need 2 or 4 though. So.
There you go. The youngster, Riley Higgins. Now, I don't normally remember youngsters' names too well
No,
at times,
you know
but
that one though.
knew him straight away. Like that, Julian Savia, Lenny Apasai, no chance.
So is it what's the guy Love's name? Ruben.
Ruben Love.
Ruben, is he playing Hurricanes as well?
He is in the Hurricanes, yes.
Could be an exciting year for the Hurricanes.
Mm.
I know it's only 2 players, but
Could still be. You know, they've been one of those sides that are always mid.
Mm.
You know, they'll go well at the start and then drop off at the end, or they'll go well at the end and drop off at the start, or start low, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But I do like their kit. I'm looking forward to next year when their next kit is cheaper from this year, because I really like their kit this year, but I didn't want to pay $150 for it. You know, I didn't like it that much, even though it is yellow. So, you know.
My favourite colour.
Mm. And also, how are you two backing to win the tournament? Says Sports. At the moment, I mean, Wellington is certainly looking good, but Canterbury are one of those sides that you certainly can't kind of take out of a final. Definitely if it's a home final for Canterbury.
Canterbury are the team to beat, aren't they?
Mm.
But on their day, anyone can get beaten, can't they? So
Exactly right. I think Wellington or Auckland versus Canterbury would be a massive final, although let's not underestimate Bay of Plenty. They beat Waikato.
Yep, they did.
Now they've got their big match up tomorrow night. Come on, Auckland, says EJ, and also, or EJ, sorry. And we had to think I'm close to a day behind you guys, says Connor Cahill. Yeah, time zones are weird, aren't they? I always get confused. Definitely when daylight saving comes into it, it's pretty much just a guessing game of these single league semis. They certainly are. So one match, pretty much winner and loser. Whoever wins, wins. Whoever loses,
Loser.
there you go.
I thought it was a trick question.
No. Nice tackle made by Patafilo, who's trying to join the breakdown. He's actually, Duplessis Karifi popped out with that one there. And Hamish, New Zealand lost game against Pakistan today. Really disappointed. New Zealand lost at home series, says Vishal.
Nah.
Although it could be worse, they could be Bangladesh.
They
had a really disappointing tri-series, didn't they?
They did, because didn't they beat Aussie in some recent ones or not?
A little bit. Although they're always one of those sides that when they're in form, they're hard to beat, but when they're not quite hitting that same mark.
Because their gun batter and spinner's back, isn't he? What's his name?
Shakib. And what URC game are you thinking of doing, Hamish? Says Connor. I have still not quite completely decided, because we have got the Rugby League World Cup, the Women's World Cup also going to be taking place this weekend. But I believe the first one I want to do is actually the Saturday morning fixture for us here in New Zealand. It's at 7:35 a.m. And I'm going to have a quick look. I know that it's the Stormers. They might be playing Glasgow or Cardiff.
Where's that tomorrow?
Tomorrow morning, yeah. It's going to be an early morning one if I do get up for it, and then probably about a 29-hour day if I stay up throughout all of it. So it is Ospreys versus the Stormers. Right, I said Cardiff or Ospreys, didn't I? So I was almost... No, I didn't.
No.
I said Glasgow. They are playing the Sharks. Lions are playing Ulster. The only problem is, if I do the Rugby League World Cup game, that's taking place between Samoa and England, I miss both URC games on the Sunday morning. And then I also miss Munster versus the Bulls if I do Australia versus Fiji. So it's a tricky decision-making process. It's a big scrum from Wellington. It's like there's a little bit of moisture underfoot, was there, in that scrum?
Nah,
just the amount of dust from the friction of the boots.
Little
chip in behind. It's not quite set up. Riley Higgins, great pickup from the youngster. And that's another try for Wellington. 9 minutes in, and they get themselves 5 more points on the board. I assume Munster versus Bulls is out of the question. That one I'm still a little bit 50-50 on. I believe if I wasn't to do both Lions, Ulster, and Sharks, Glasgow, I'd have to do Munster versus Bulls. Just because I feel weird only doing one game of the URC. And also, we've got the Hamish where you cover all matches of the T20 World Cup except Sri Lanka. says coding. I don't know if it was the fact that it was Sri Lanka for why it got copyright struck, but we're going to be doing some of the games on this channel, some of them on the sport, just to balance them out and make sure we don't get a copyright strike halfway through, because now we're into those international fixtures coming up for the rugby. So it's a tricky one. I want to do a lot more competition than we're doing currently, but as soon as you get a copyright strike, you're kind of out for a good 2 weeks until you can get it taken away. The game between France and England tomorrow, says Novmum. Yeah, that's going to be a good game for the Women's World Cup. Haven't worked out which games of that one we are doing tomorrow. I know that Australia also plays Scotland. Could be an exciting game.
Yeah, because did Scotland beat, who'd they beat?
They beat Wales, I believe, which is who the Black Ferns will be playing on Sunday. Jackson Garden Bishop. In the NPC, he has got the second most points. The only one ahead of him is Marty Banks. He's got quite a few points to make up. From that one, and Zimbabwe beat the Aussies and England won the series, says Sebastian Hilaire. Yeah, so it's pretty impressive from England to go into Australia, score 200 in that first game, first of all, defend 200 even though the opposition got over 200.
Yeah.
I'd say England looking pretty good for the World Cup.
Is not there either.
Oh.
But, I mean, Joss Butler and who's the other Turkey, the opener? Hales opening. I mean, they're basically the same player, aren't they?
Yeah.
Smash the shit out of it. So.
I've just had a notification saying New Zealand and women have just kicked off for the Men's Trans-Tasman Netball Cup. There you go. New Zealand losing 1-0.
No.
I didn't even know that was happening. Now Nico Jones trying to break through. Good low tackle made on him by Dominic Bird. Finds the offload to Simon Hickey, Alex Hales. And Hamish, how's your uncle? Missed them. And hello from me, says Michelle. He's currently good. He's currently in the hallway firing off some staples and building a wardrobe.
That's a cupboard.
It's a cupboard. And he's doing the jib stopping now as well, I have heard.
Yeah, working late.
You're ruthless, aren't you?
No, I said he didn't have to do it tonight, but he's determined because we've got to paint it before I can put anything else in there. So.
What a try, says TSM. Yeah, big run from Riley Higgins. A big game between France and England. Oh, no, I read that one, didn't I? Yeah, I'm going to have to do my schedule tonight, I think. Work out exactly what we're doing on all the days. There's so many overlaps.
I sort your own first.
Yeah, that is true. And I say, is Roger on the field? He is not. Due to him getting selected, it did mean that he is no longer in the Auckland squad. Instead, he's with the All Blacks now as they prepare to head to Japan for their upcoming game. Now, Nate, I assume that's you, Nathan. Sebastian's just asked the same thing for whether or not it is. Is that you, Nathan? Have you had a name change and a profile picture change as well? Looking very bright. Now, Funaki goes back across to AJ Lamb. Gibson trying to break through. It's a good tackle on him by Xavier Numia. Currently 12 minutes in and 12 points on the ball for Auckland. Or sorry, for Wellington over Auckland. Quite a surprising start, isn't it? But we've seen it happen time and time again. Sides, when they have a Ranfurly Shield on them, just seem to play at that next level. Even though this game's not actually for the Ranfurly Shield, with it being a home game. But yeah, Wellington, ever since winning that off Hawke's Bay, have been looking a lot stronger. That's a beautiful inside ball, though, to Harry Plummer. It's now being taken down by TJ Perenata, going off to the right-hand side. AJ Lamb inside ball now. Simon Hickey. Did he get it slapped out of his hands? He did indeed. As a knock on. And morning, you two. Please cover the URC. Says a Bianca in there. So, yeah, we've got some of the URC this weekend, some of the Rugby League World Cup, some of the Women's Rugby World Cup, and then maybe even some cricket scattered in there as well. And maybe a Gallagher Premiership game.
That's spring, isn't it?
Don't panic. It's just a hammer in the hallway. Simon Hickey just knocking that ball on, unfortunately, for himself. Currently 12 matches for 2022. I believe this is the 12th match, so he's played every game.
Wow.
Doing all right for himself. But yeah, I know for the URC, we're hopefully going to cover at least one game, if not maybe two. And also we have got there, Hamish, some sound coming. Yeah, it's just my dad in the hallway, but that's all good.
Right, done now.
You all finished? There you go. He's all finished. He must have heard you coding. And Roger playing Hamish, he is not in this one. He is missing. He's with the All Blacks currently. Welcome in, mate. Hope you're well. And Hamish, bro, some New Zealand games you watch at the stadium in this World T20. Australia, a short trip to Australia. Says Michelle, I don't believe I'm going to be watching any from the stadium that I know of. Who knows? If it's New Zealand versus Australia in the final, I might send them. Oh, no. Because I know that you'd really hate if New Zealand lost in the final to Australia, wouldn't you?
Imagine it. Being there live and your team loses.
So it's Kiwi dad tending to a hostage. Not quite, no. Although it probably sounds like it a little bit. He hadn't got the nail gun out yet, but if he did, it would be very loud.
No, he had the nail gun out a couple of days ago. Yesterday, actually. I'm losing track of the days.
It's going quick, isn't it? Almost Christmas.
Yeah.
Couple sleeps away.
Yeah.
Good morning, says CP. Welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing very well. Which game of the URC are you looking forward to the most, CP? Do let me know. Cheers, lad. Sebastian at works at the moment. Says Nate. Oh, another scrum reset. I really dislike scrum resets.
Oh, no.
I feel like either they need to work out a way of not using up a minute every time they have a scrum reset, such as straight away if there's a scrum reset, stopping the time, rather than waiting till about the third one and then going, it's not really working, is it? You know, you got to get that game flowing. There's a lot of empty seats at Sky Stadium, but there's a lot of seats at Sky Stadium to fill.
It'd be a bit disappointing for Wellington, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but it is provincial rugby. The Hurricanes could make it to Super Rugby final with a home game, and they probably still wouldn't sell it out.
Yeah.
Which is sad.
It is sad. Is there too much sport? Or
maybe. Great run from Ruben Love. He's got Higgins with him. Finds the pass. He finds the offload. Karefi has put it down, though. Some pretty good hands from Higgins.
Two good players, aren't they?
The youngsters. Linking up well. Bryce Heem, no space at that stage. Only a couple metres out. They're going back for it. Morning, Sevi. And, of course, the Stormers. CCP there in Kia ora, Kiwi lads. Fun out, go Ox. And there as well. Says a Nazi Williams. The Duplessis Karifi just not quite able to hang on to that one. Great inside run from Ruben Love. Found the gap. Had Higgins with him.
What a pass.
Find that pass off to Duplessis Karifi, but he just didn't quite get to hang on to it.
Should have hung on to that one.
So hand up, apologises to his teammates. So he's probably another player who might be a little bit disappointed with not making the All Blacks 15.
I suppose, how many are there, though?
There are quite a few. And the other side of things is his discipline sometimes lets him down a bit.
Yeah, and that's probably it.
Plus, what do you have the off-field? Something off-field happened for him.
Oh, yeah.
I think he went to a party, didn't he, when they were supposed to be in lockdown?
Yeah. Not a good look when you're supposed to be captain of the team.
Yeah. But I'm sure it was a great party, am I right?
Oh, it had to be. I mean, why would you go otherwise?
It must be nice getting invited to parties.
Yeah. What is that like?
Wouldn't know.
No.
Type of guy who has to invite myself to my own party.
No.
Just make sure we got space for me.
How many others are you going to invite?
Oh, probably like 3. I'm Cape Tonian. I have to support the boys. And how many people have shown up? I have shown up at Sky Stadium for the semi. Just curious to see the average attendance for a big game in the tournament. I want to say 10,000.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's 10,000.
No.
You know, there's a chance it could be 5,000 for this one. What game are you looking forward to in the URC, Hamish? Of course, the Stormers are always a good watch, but I think the Bulls versus Munster, because Munster have been really, really bad this year. Like almost the worst team. Sort of way down the table when they're normally near the top. But I think the big thing for me is it's got to change soon for them. And maybe this game up against the Bulls, it's going to be that game. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Munster go out and beat the Bulls by 10 or 15. Just because they must have so much built-up frustration from the lackluster start. And Lions of the URC, please, says Bianca. So, yeah, they're playing Ulster. That will also be a very good game. Yeah, you are never the worst. I was Zebra around, mate. Although they've they got more points than... No, Munster got their first one, didn't they? Although Zebra have been close with a few teams. They've been doing not too bad this year, which is weird to say. Because like the fact that they've scored like 25 points in all of their games but still losing, that was a cross-kick attempt that didn't quite work out. Went straight to Jordan Trainer. It's a big kick downfield.
Oh.
Great clearance from Jordan Trainer. Good evening, bro. Let's go Wellington, says Shadow Hunter in there as well. But 20 minutes into this game, currently Wellington find themselves 12-0 up. 2 tries, one for Riley Higgins, and the first try of the match for the bus, Julian Savia, which was what that kick was supposed to find. But it didn't quite make it to the station, did it?
The execution was pretty shit.
Don't worry, Hamish. You're going to be a big famous commentator one day. You'll get heaps of party invites, mate. My word, bro. Says Nuzzy Williams.
Can you invite your mum?
I mean, I think I'd take you to a party or two. I don't know if I'd get invited back to those ones.
What, if I was there?
Well, they'd be like, why are you bringing your mum? It was going to be like a 20-year-old gathering, you know? I'll be like, she is 20.
Yeah.
Years older
I
than
look
you.
older than I look.
Yeah. You look older than you look. You're younger than you. No, hang on. I gotta be careful with that one.
That's what I was.
Is there a link to watch game, please? I'm from South Africa. Oh. Okay, South Africa. I think the only way to watch it is DSTV, but I'm not even sure if they've got the Bunnings NPC on there. I know that the highlights will be on the All Blacks YouTube channel straight after the game, though. So that may be your best bet, but unfortunately not for the live stream, sadly. Sorry. And doing Fiji versus South Africa and Bunnings NPC, then New Zealand versus Wales. So we are going to be doing Fiji versus South Africa. We are going to be doing New Zealand versus Wales. Not too sure about the Bunnings NPC tomorrow night. It might still be a doable one. Canterbury versus Bay of Plenty. That's at 7:05. I believe this game is on Supersport. Okay, so Supersport is an option to be able to watch in South Africa. Hamish for PM, says that Shadow Hunter. I don't think it'd be a very good primer. I don't even think I'd be a very good counsellor.
Someone would have a go and you go, yep.
Yeah. I'd pretty much try and keep everyone happy and slowly drive myself insane. Hodgman now, nice carry. Auckland only 10 metres out or 5 metres out now. Funaki, a little bit of an advantage there for Auckland. Tui Pelotu gets close. Never lost it. It's the call now. Hickey's thrown a flat pass. Oh, Ruben Love, great work there to make the tackle on AJ Lamb. He initially got it wrong. Slipped a little bit. Oh, they're going back for the penalty. And Leonardo DiCaprio takes his mum to social events as his +1. It's nice having your mum around, says Sebastian there.
Oh, if he can do it.
Yeah. Could be doable. I was going to go bowling at some stage. You like bowling?
Oh, that's all right.
Fair enough.
Oh, no. You know my limbs.
We've put the sides up for you.
Can I have the one that you put the roll it down?
You can, but you'll beat me by like 100. But run from Tui Pelotu there, the attacking one. But yeah, Ruben Love, he slipped. AJ Lamb just took too long to accelerate though, didn't he?
Yeah.
And also maybe the next Grant Nisbet then says, Shadow Hunter, and you're streaming the Cricket T20 World Cup. We are hoping to do some of those games. Not all, because we still don't want to take our risks with a certain country or two who got us in trouble last Cricket World Cup. But a majority of the games that we can fit in, we're going to, if that makes sense. Was that a sentence? Probably kind of.
I was too busy watching the rugby.
What is happening in the rugby?
Auckland hot on attack, trying to
looked a little high. Oh. Okay, what happened there? I think someone tried to... Okay, TJ Perenara saying he was checking to see if the Auckland player was all right. I think either Gibson there got pushed down, or Garden Bishop dragged him down. And either way, because he went a little bit high there on that tackle. Yeah, he ended up slamming down, I think. Yeah, so Jackson Pugh just went in and got a little bit angry about everything, thinking
that he'd done something wrong, but he hadn't.
Although it could have been the afters of getting tackled around the neck as well, maybe. Handbacks, says Novmum there. Exactly right. Nice throw, James Blackwell.
Oh,
if he had a handbag, I think it would be a pretty big one, James Blackwell. Although I don't know if he does. Okay. It's going to be the penalty for coming up early for the line out, so a little bit of offside. Already 24 minutes through.
Yeah, it's going quick, eh?
I like turtles. Good.
Good for you.
They are quite handy little things, turtles, aren't they?
Who's that though?
Well, his name is blank, and he's got a black screen as his name, or as his profile picture. So it could be anyone.
Could be.
It could be Dad at the table.
He wouldn't know how to do that though. How do you do that though? Have blanks and a black screen.
I'd say it's probably a space bar, like just one space. That's the name.
That's the name, spacebar.
Yeah.
Do we call him spacebar?
I mean, you could call it a space bar if you like it, or Turtle Boy might also be a good name. From there, Suffer More with a nice go. Oh, that was an illegal clean out from Lenny Apasai. Cheap shot on Julian Savia. That was obviously because of earlier on.
Yeah.
But he's come from the Wellingtonian side. I don't know how no one saw it. Because he came from the wrong side. Oh, here we go. The bus down the wing now. Nice pass out to a Suffer More. They're going to be able to stop him. It's going to be extremely tough. Just goes over everyone.
Great try.
And now, once again, Julian Savia, he'll be able to laugh in Lenny Apasai's face and say,
Up you.
so you're pushed it a lot. And Turtle Man, I like that. I'll take this. Is the Turtle Man as well. And I missed the try as well. We just did another one there for a Suffer More. Look at that. He actually started the play. Lenny Apasai.
What's that? Hooker again?
Yeah, it was. But from that angle, I actually saw he did get a push in the back.
Yeah,
So I feel slightly not as bad about what he did now because he did get shoved, which in the end caused the friendly fire, I guess you could say. And well, he would on fire. Try. There's no yeah. I mean, Funaki thought he had a decent chance. Funaki is a halfback. Yeah. And he was disappointed that he couldn't stop him. I don't think 3 men would have stopped him the way he was going there. And 3 men didn't. He just ran over them. And Auckland are digging themselves a pretty big hole.
Yeah.
Says Sebastian, and go the Wellington Lions, says Turtle Man. I like how you turned it from Turtle Boy to Turtle Man. Strategic. Yeah. I'm going to have a look at the betting odds for this game because I'd have to think that by now Auckland have to be about $15 underdogs.
Yep.
Just because they haven't really had an attack, have they? And I was just going to pop in. I have to get ready to leave for grocery shopping. Cheers, Amish Mum, says CP. So hopefully we do get to see you a little bit later on in the weekend, mate.
See ya.
And they will bounce back, says Nuzzy Williams. Well, they have to, really, don't they? Oh, he's got that one. Nice.
You like that?
Garden Bishop converts. Okay, Auckland, $12. I may have over-exaggerated the deficit.
It would have been interesting in what they were to start with.
Who
was favourite?
I believe Wellington.
Yeah.
Look at this space. Goes down the wing. Boom, pow. Goes over the 2 smallest players on the field. You got to be strategic with it, though. Work smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
Okay, Auckland now $13. No, now they are $15. You can confirm that I was correct.
It took you a while, but you got there in the end.
Just like all things, really.
Yeah. So, shouldn't be talking about things like that, H.
I got to blow my own trumpet, don't I?
Do you?
Not literally.
No, okay.
The ribs don't allow it. 27 and a half minutes through.
You're going red.
It's all right. Oh, I've just got the notification. All Blacks winger George Bridge leaves the Crusaders. And Connacht versus Leinster prediction. I'm sensing a Connacht upset, I'll be honest. It'll be interesting because I know after that last live stream, there were a lot of Leinster supporters who were very, I guess, cocky. It's the best way of describing it after they beat the Bulls.
Western Canterbury, are they?
They beat the Sharks, I should say. But the thing is, they weren't there up until they had a good lead. And then they were like, where's all the Sharks supporters now? And it's like, yeah, but where were you at the start of the game when your team was struggling a little bit? You've only seen the result and gone, oh, let's talk some smack. I think it's going to be a good game, though. I hope Connacht really show up for it. North Harbour should be playing Welly today. Auckland, all there, my guy. Says Nate there. Yeah, Auckland got very lucky to get past North Harbour.
Very lucky.
Extremely. Oh.
Is that me?
It is you. Very popular. Is it a party invite? And also, are we, is this rugby or subtle sexual innuendo? Nuzzy Williams there. That's the thing. When one innuendo comes out,
that just keeps.
You can just keep on.
No, keep going. No.
Rolling more here for Auckland. Can they come out of this on top? 5 meters out from the line. Alex Hodgman Getting close. Nice run from Gibson. Perenara trying to hold him up. He's done well there, TJ. He's very excited as well for his Lions teammates. Jackson Garden-Bishop will be able to go for the drop goal. Anyone wondering what's happening in the cricket? The women's BBL has started up. The Thunder, they are sitting 85 for 6. Johnson just losing her wicket. 1 run off 2 balls.
Any Kiwis in that one?
Probably.
Sophie Devine and...
Who were they with last year? Were they Scorchers? Or Sixers? They might have been Sixers, were they?
I can't remember, but she did pretty well.
Amelia Kerr as well.
Okay.
She's actually, I believe, in a relationship with Ruben Love.
Oh.
There you go.
Is that the... It was sort of dragging me down with the cord.
I think that's the relationship. But anyway, any sense of humour in this crazy world, says Nazi Williams. Yeah. People take things very seriously.
Very.
And I feel like if you can't have a bit of a joke and make a penis joke every once in a while, then what can you do in life?
Yeah, but you shouldn't make those sort of jokes when your mother's sitting beside you.
I mean, if I'm not wrong, a couple of minutes ago, she was making them as well.
Oh, it's not. I don't know what you mean.
AJ Lamb kicks it downfield. Nice hurdling there. Wonder whether or not he did the hurdles when he was at school. We weren't allowed to because I think we were too uncoordinated. So they're like, nah, just run from there to there and get a house point and just go away. You know? About to be thrown in by a Safa Moore. Thank you, lads. It's my birthday today. Is it your
Happy birthday.
Ollie. There you go. So what's the situation for Munster? They've lost it a bit, to be honest. They're using Joey Carberry as fullback. Very strange. Yeah, I think they're not even missing that many players from the Island A side, if I'm not wrong. It's just not clicking for them at the moment. Oh, big run from Xavier Numia. He looks very similar to a Safa.
He does, yeah.
When he gets driving forward. Perenara. Now, wide cutout pass. Nice take there from Higgins. That's just gone through the hands of Patafilo. I think
to catch that.
He wanted it, but he forgot that he wanted it, I think. You know?
Why was he there then?
And the gets out. And morning from Dublin. Welcome in, James. Hope you are doing very well, mate. And bravo, says Nazi Williams there as well. We've already had 30 minutes of this contest.
It's good, isn't it?
Well, I guess it could be considered as good. 32 to be exact. It's flying by. You know what they say? Time flies when you're having fun. And it's always a fun time on a live stream with my mum, hey?
Oh, that is sweet.
Should Julian be called up for the ABs or has he had his run? I think he's had his run.
Yeah.
He's definitely going to be tough man for the Hurricanes and the Wellingtonians throughout the next. I'd say he's got 2 years in him.
He's
somewhere around there.
Enjoying his rugby because there's no pressure, really.
Yeah, see, him and France did not go well together.
No.
But now that he's back in New Zealand, you know, he's getting to hang with the fam a little bit more. Probably a slightly lighter workload as well.
Yeah.
He'll be liking it. As a Leinster fan, what's happened to Munster is amazing, says James. And there is that big rivalry, isn't there? Tui Pelotu makes a tackle there on Riley Higgins, who's now holding his face. Good run from Jackson Garden-Bishop. He's through. And he's fired up as well. Like I mentioned, he's actually had a very good provincial season.
He has.
And that's going to make the score now 24-0.
So is he in the All Black 50?
He's not.
Okay.
But the thing is, if he was, I know there'd still be people who would complain, even based off his current form. They know him of 2019 Garden-Bishop, who was struggling.
Long time ago.
Yeah,
2
but
years ago, homie.
Hurricanes fans pretty much wanted to get rid of him from the get-go. But then they went with a couple other options, such as Auburn Ledger. Ruben Love's one that a lot of people feel might be the 10 when Geordie Barrett kind of goes to fullback, but that's why they kind of had to muddle it a bit because Ruben Love was fullback and Geordie Barrett was 12. And try time, says Turtle Man. And I bet, mate, what's your prediction for tonight against Connacht, says Sebastian. And there's, because they play tonight as well, don't they? Now that I think about it, they actually have a game at the same time as the Stormers game, I think. Oh, and the Trans-Tasman netball, the males are getting it up. Ooh. New Zealand 16, Australia 15 at the moment. think I could have worded that any worse?
No. Oh, maybe they didn't hear it.
They would have heard it. Sebastian's pretty quick with those ones. Yeah, Connacht versus Ulster. Connacht versus Leinster at the same time as Ospreys versus Stormers. So we'll be able to do a dual commentary, even though they aren't showing that game here in New Zealand, sadly. It's a bit of a shame, isn't it? Right, kick from Garden Bishop. And he's got it over. His kicking's very good this season as well. 26-0. Now what are Auckland paying? $26 is my prediction. Wait for it. They will no longer be 15. Oh, no. Okay. It went down to $8, and I was like, how does that happen? But they are now $31 underdogs. And the TAB is almost broken. They're like, no, please. We don't want any more tries against them. Now Funaki goes off to Tuipulotu. Auckland need a try here in this first half if they want any chance. A little bit of possession probably wouldn't go.
Yeah, because Wellington.
Straight. Oh, it's just been stripped by Lakai. That's playing the ball on the ground. Although I think the only thing that benefited it was the man who actually lost the ball regathered it on the ground. That's why it wasn't that. And damn, what's going on with Auckland? Says Prod in there. Although this is looking better. Down the wing. Good tackle on Jackson Pugh. Trying to push him into touch there. Great work from Wellington. Just managed to keep himself in the field of play. Funaki goes back across to Hickey now. Another great tackle made on Alex Hodgman. He's been better today than last week because last week he gave away how many penalties? About 6? Along those lines.
He had to be better, didn't he?
Oh, Funaki's had the ball hit out of his hand. Just a little bit of ball security. Might be something Auckland look to continue improving on. In the second half, here goes a suffer more. Driving the legs. Still going. Plenty of power for that youngster. Now back across is going to be Blackwell. Goes one more to Garden Bishop. Lakai has 2 men on the outside, including Patafilo and also Ruben Lupman. Instead, he cuts on the inside. Decides against the offload. Something he's learnt from last week. Doesn't always need to offload it. And sometimes can take the contest. And also fair call, James. Although I think that whoever wins, it'll be by less than 7. I think we win by 10. Says James there for the Leinster game. Billy Proctor, a bit of space in the midfield. It's as if Auckland are playing with only about 12 men on the field. With the amount of space that Auckland are kind of really giving up. Xavier Numia, though, has knocked that ball on. Heem has done well there to get the ball off to Funaki. A lot of pressure still about with 3 minutes left in the first half. Nico Jones has to play half. Now Hickey goes back to Tuipulotu. Now, if they score here, yes, they're still a mile away, but it's only 3 converted tries rather than 4.
Exactly.
And I always say, if one side can score a certain number of points in a first half, the opposition can score that same amount of points in the second. Julian Savia not quite able to line up that one, but Ruben Love's done well to clean it up. Tackled by Jackson Pugh. Now counter ruck from Auckland. That's all. It's going to be well done from Funaki there. Bit of a step, got round Garden Bishop, and he's chopped down the tall timber. And Dominic Bird, now Nico Jones, starting to accelerate the youngster. And that is the one for Auckland, that they have finally been able to get inside of the 22 for more than a couple of seconds. And Nico Jones gets it. To be honest, Blackrock College could be Munster. And thanks for playing. Happy birthday on your guitar. You are a rock star. Says Ollie Wilson. No worries at all. Happy birthday, Ollie. Says Seb in there as well. It's one of the only few songs that I do know on guitar. So I felt like if there was ever a time to be able to use it, it was there. But look at that acceleration. Safa Moore's not a slow man. But it was just in the breakdown. Enough of a counter ruck from Jackson Pugh. Ball went free. Funaki jumps on it. And then it was this missed tackle there from, unfortunately, Garden Bishop. Julian Savia was getting turned inside out. Didn't know what way he was supposed to be accelerating. He also seems like he hasn't completely recovered from that injury last week. He seems like he's still a little bit limpy, you know? Nico Jones gets that one. Now the score is going to be 26 points to 7. And also we have got that Wellington just win the whole game. Can Auckland still win this? I mean, the thing is, with that try now being scored, Auckland are not out of this one yet.
No.
They were close. Don't get me wrong. They were very close. But with that try here, theoretically, if they can somehow get themselves another try before the end of the first half, which I know is very optimistic with 1 minute left, but that one took one phase and 10 seconds.
True.
So Duplessis Karefi was just trying to get some clarification from James Dolman, who completely ignored him and said, right, we're ready to kick off.
Let's go.
Wow.
Good game.
It's a big shot, and it's a knock-on from Jackson Pugh off the start. Oh, doesn't want help up from his teammate, Nico Jones, but I think that's because he had eyes locked for TJ Perenara, who might find himself with a big hit later on today. Karefi decided to use his face to knock that one out of the hands, but looks like Bryce Heem saying, calm down. Now, he's actually a player who's made his way into the All Blacks 15. Bryce Heem?
I haven't even seen him.
Oh, yeah?
In this game.
Okay. He's very solid in the midfield. Bryce Heem, he's one of those players who, slightly older, I guess you could say, throwback player, but may never get a chance in an All Blacks jersey, but has been on the cusp of possibly getting a chance. You know, I had to do an eye test for my driver's license. Turns out I'm short-sighted, one eye and long-sighted in the other, but was still enough to pass. Now, did you ask the question of whether they were using shapes or letters? Because that's what I did. Luckily, they were in a good mood. Because I started saying square, circle, and then I got confused at the next one because I realized it wasn't a shape. Are you okay? But yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're all right.
Yeah, it's that dust.
Yeah. But yeah, so no, it turned out it was a D and some O's. You know? Half time in this game, 26 points to 7. Quick scoring contest. Really? Are you going again? You all right? No? Live streaming's fun, isn't it? You want to sneeze, you can just sneeze, you know? No,
when I did my eye test with the driver's license, I was asked, there's some numbers on the other side. So I shut the other eye and said, yeah.
Yeah. They must get used to people going like this for it.
Yeah.
You know?
I wonder if they can see that you've done that.
I don't know. I've never known how the machine works.
No.
I always think that they can like see your eyes, but I don't think they can.
They can't. Yeah. Surely they can't. Otherwise, I'd say no.
Okay, Auckland are $26 underdogs at this point in time. I don't have any money, so I wouldn't be able to back them. Well, that's all right. And Rose, second semi-final, which teams are that game? So it is going to be Canterbury versus Bay of Plenty in that contest. So yeah, it should be a pretty entertaining one. That is tomorrow night at 7:05. Squares, circles, poor fellas must have thought that even GTA characters are better suited for driving than you, says Sebastian. Although, easy mistake to make, you know, when you're looking at the eye test and they use those common, I guess, shape ones as well. But I got there in the end. I think it was because I said that I had just woken up as well. So he was like, yeah, your eyes might be a little bit more tired than they normally are. And I'm like, yep, that'll be it.
Just as well you didn't drive down to it.
Oh, the Thunder are 9 down now, Mumsy. Wilson losing her wicket, 26 off 30. A little bit of trouble for the Thunder. And so now I have to wait. I wait for my new license, have the temporary paper one in the meantime. My actual license, I look like I'm some sort of South American drug dealer. Which is pretty cool, isn't it?
No.
No? Why not? I had the stash and everything, you know? And yeah, I do look like a member of a cartel. You sure can. You can have some with some puppies on them.
Do I go this way?
If you want. Do you want me to mute as well? That's what I can do. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Isn't that nice? Isn't that skills? Fancy stuff right there.
Yeah, there we go. Got no sound.
Yeah, I have started a live stream before with absolutely no sound because my microphone didn't want to work. Who wants a bit of a sesh? Hey? You know any songs?
No.
You want to tell me a song?
Google Pearly Shells.
Is it an old song?
Very old.
Lovely. I need to watch rugby drunk more. I'd swear at high decibels less. I don't even have to do my eyes or have my eyes tested for my driver's license because I wear glasses. So I'd been sorted out beforehand. That's the thing. He did actually say to me, just in case you are slightly blind, not in those words, but he said, just in case you are slightly visually impaired, it wouldn't be a bad idea to get an eye test done before your test so that if you do need to wear glasses, you don't get sent away.
Yeah.
But then I guess what happens if you pass the eye test from the doctor?
You can take it to the driver's license
and say, look at this. I don't have to do your little test.
Yeah.
Really? Jeez, I should try that then. And hey, Mum, good to see we've got the X out, says at Distracted Sports.
How's it going?
I think that's this.
Is it?
I think that's the X, yeah.
Oh, is it the name of it, is it?
No, it's a Gibson.
It's a Gibson.
Oh, no, it's an Ashton.
You don't even know what it is.
Shout out to you, Hunter. I once knew a hunter.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
Is that it?
No. No, I was trying to work out the best way of approaching the second half. And then I realized the more pausing I have, the less good the joke is, because I was going to say it's pretty handy with a rifle, you know? And a guitar is an axe. You give love a bad name. It was that. How about this one? Distracted Sports.
Yeah. I'm a bit slow sometimes with that. Have you been practicing?
I have been, yes. Here's one you'll know. I failed the test at the AA. Had to go to an optometrist. Yeah, so I might have to do that.
I think you should anyway.
Because I don't think I'm as good at seeing as I should be.
Well, next time you go to the doctor, just...
Is a Bon Jovi song? It was indeed. Dead or Alive, you know it. And I like your rugby challenge videos. Thank you very much. I haven't done one of those in a long time, but me and Mum, over the next couple of weeks, we got one planned.
Have I forgotten something?
I think so.
Okay.
It is almost halftime over. That was your halftime entertainment, proudly sponsored by no one. Thank you. We should try and get a sponsor for the halftime guitar sessions. Sponsored by puppies. Huh? Why do you think they use puppies? Is it because they're supposed to be like soft and whatnot?
Yeah, well,
So everyone's like, I want my noses to be rubbing on puppies. Weird people in the world. Or 5 of me workmates.
I was just trying to work out what was happening. No.
All right, another song. It's like Face the Music, this. Your mum might remember that. Face the Music.
Oh, I was reading another thing. What? All right.
You got bit by the positive patient. Me, still got nothing. Says Lex Axel. Okay. It's weird how it works, isn't it?
Oh, it is.
What other songs do I know? I only know like 5. Or you know that one? You're streaming Union on Sunday morning or the Rugby League World Cup? Well, that's the thing. I still don't really know. But I know that at some stage throughout that evening, we are going to have some Rugby League World Cup, whether that is England versus Samoa in the first game or whether that is the Fiji versus Australia game. I haven't quite worked it out yet. Seven Nation Army, says Hunter, and also Iron Man. Yep, nailing it. What other songs do I know, Mumsy? I don't have a lot of them, do I?
That last
like a Neil Young song. What one was it? Oh, I think it was Some of Wanted Dead or Alive. That one. Jaws. Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh. I can't do the picking of this one yet, but how long's half time, by the way?
I know. I'm watching all the ads and that, and then zoning out. So.
Yeah. See, Isaac's quite the guitarist.
He is.
We should have got him on for half time.
Should have, but too late now.
Will be. Oh, he's online on Xbox.
Is he?
Yeah. Okay, they're almost back out on the field.
You think?
I think so. They've got to be, don't they? It's been a long time. Right. Halftime lead, Wellington. Got themselves 26 points to 7 up now. The question remains, can Auckland fire back? Did you not like the headphones?
They dig into your head.
Do you want to loosen them a bit?
Yeah.
I don't want to accidentally pull your hair. Is that enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's better.
That's good. We've got to keep you happy, don't we?
You do, otherwise I won't come back.
How are you supporting? I'm supporting
Wellington.
Okay.
I am.
I want to see Auckland make a bit of a comeback here.
No.
I'm not saying they have to go all the way and win the thing. I'd just like to see them put up a fight.
Yeah.
Because all 4 of the quarterfinal matches were close. And this game's not close.
No, it's not.
At the moment. He's a small man. Jono Hickey, the assistant coach. I believe he is related to Simon Hickey.
He don't look very old.
No, he looks 12, but he's an assistant coach. He kind of looks like Kane Hamilton as well. Oh, these two sides. Patrick Tuipulotu looking confused as ever. He's actually the captain of the AB's 15.
I can see why.
I'm still bitter about last week's Harbour game. Yeah, that one was rough.
It was. Harbour played so well, they didn't deserve to lose. But that's rugby, isn't it?
I guess it is.
That's sport, isn't it?
Just ask the Black Caps in the 2019
No, I don't ask
World
about
Cup.
that. No.
Nice take.
Nightmares.
From Dalzil, are you able to do England versus Samoa game? That is actually, I'm hoping to do that game and then probably the URC Munster versus Bulls as the 7:30 game, but also keep you guys updated with Fiji versus Australia. I think that's going to be the plan because I really want to do the opening game of the Rugby League World Cup. It will actually almost be on the main channel as well. Nice run from Marcel Renata. Moving up to only 10 metres out. I think they underestimated how quick that acceleration of the prop could be. Good hard run from Harry Plummer. Lakai makes the tackle on him. Now Funaki short ball off. It's a great start to the second half at this stage. And also we have got there, who do the Kiwis have in the Women's World Cup? Says Xavier, the next game is going to be up against Wales. That is at about 3 p.m, I believe, on Sunday. That will be taking place. That's going to be a try for Auckland.
Just jump over the right.
Well, Jackson Pugh has been able to go in. And that's a dream start,
It is.
really. And I was like, can I please get some relationship advice? How do I convince a girl that's been a bit cold with you to not being cold anymore? The best thing to do is to not put a massive bet on that doesn't pay out so you can no longer take her out on the day. Because I do remember last week and you said you needed a win so that you could take her out somewhere nice. And then I assume she didn't get to go nowhere nice as the team that you backed lost. So don't do that again, because then, you know, you're making false promises and that is not a good start to a relationship, is it?
No.
Telling her all the things you'll do for her rather than actually showing her what you do for her. Did that get really soppy real quick there? Sorry. I wonder if this game will be a game of two halves. I think so. I think Wellington definitely need to make sure that they don't underestimate Auckland in the second half.
Sorry,
Because they might start firing back. And also a great start to the first half. Says Distracted. And also cheers, boss, says Nate. And there as well. Right. Lenny Upasai has been taken off the field. Oh, big run, but Hughes put it down again. Kicks it way downfield. And also can't your losses to move on with the gambling and with Girl. And there's Distracted Sports. Yeah, Sawani Vakina. Oh, okay. Lenny Upasai apparently didn't start this match. It was actually Sawani Vakina.
Okay.
Well, I've been calling him by the wrong name all day.
Oh, no one knew.
Everyone will be going, oh, Lenny Upasai's had a real shocker, haven't he?
Mm.
Oh, Dibs Karefi, I think, how would you describe where he's hurt there, Mum?
Down below.
And what do you think he said to the woman paramedic who came on the field and asked what she can do to help?
Nothing.
Nothing? Why not?
He's got to get over it himself.
Boot in the balls.
Yeah.
Not so nice.
Can't say I know that feeling.
No, it's not a great one. And severely damaged tackle right there. Says it Distracted. Yeah, would be a lot worse than a stomp on the thigh. You know, depending on whereabouts you got it. Canterbury versus Bay of Plenty tomorrow night, 7:05 p.m. kickoff. That will be happening from Orange Theory Stadium, just up the road from ourselves. But just up the road, I mean about 3 hours. But that's just up the road, isn't it?
Yeah.
2 converted tries behind at the moment. The Aucklanders are. I'm going to have another look at the odds. I mentioned they were $26 underdogs.
That would have shortened enough a bit, surely.
Now they're $8.50 underdogs.
Yeah.
Wow. If only I had money. But gamble responsibly, because there's still a very high chance that they don't win this game. Time is the only thing. Get over hit in the magical place, says Xavier. Exactly right. And as much as like everyone, they laugh at you, of course, and they go, just get up, walk it off. That's the one that you hate to hear. Walk it off.
Yeah.
Well, I would walk it off if I didn't feel like my testicles were in my throat, you know?
No, I don't know.
You've had real bad heartburn.
All the time.
Yeah. I was going to compare that to testicles. But yeah, would have been a hard one to combine, wouldn't it? The other weeks, it was alcohol issues. Says it was Nate. Are you doing the Munster match tomorrow night? I am hoping to do Munster versus the Bulls, but that will probably depend on which game I decide on doing, whether it's Munster and the Bulls, and then I'll also let you guys know what's happening in Fiji versus Australia. Or if it was Fiji versus Australia, I'll let you know what's happening in Munster versus the Bulls. I'm sure your mum loves hearing about your testicles. We talked about them earlier on in the live stream. Although I guess it's...
Is it time for me to switch with your father?
I was just going to say, in a weird way, I guess it's weird to talk about, but, you know, do get yourself checked out with your GP every once in a while, ladies and gentlemen. If anything arises, we're going to take a slightly serious moment here, you know. You gotta do that, don't you? Of course, anytime your balls know. It's like asking advice for a girlfriend. Says Nate. It's crazy to think, because like last week on the live stream we mentioned about me actually having a female friend, and on this week I actually still have one. So a little bit of a
may not after listening to that.
high five, kind of, not really. Yeah, it's quite incredible, really, isn't it? And also, do you have access to a Stan account? I have Stan, just not Stan Sport, which is weird because Aussie A versus Japan at 8:30 p.m. Melbourne time. Is that tonight, Xavier, or is that tomorrow? Do you let me know? I've really struggled to follow along with that series, but I think it's because they haven't shown the games here in New Zealand.
No, they haven't.
Which has been really weird because if they're being televised on Stan, I would have thought they'd be able to show them on.
Have you got a Stan account?
I do, yes, just not Stan Sport. Why? Have you got a few series?
No, I thought I got charged for something.
That will be the Stan account, yeah. We're to start watching it. That's going to be a penalty to Auckland. Told you, Ox will bounce back, says Nuzzy Williams there. And also we are there tonight. Oh. Oh, I had no idea. But yeah, like I mentioned, they have shown not interest here in New Zealand in terms of like providers. Like neither Spark or Sky decided they wanted it, which was weird because Japan are one of those sides, definitely with New Zealand playing Japan at the end of the month. Would have made sense, a bit of scouting beforehand, everyone showing them what they're looking forward to. I can actually tell you who's won the first two games, Xavier. Has it been Australia A or has it been like 1-1 or 2 to Japan? I have no idea what the results have been in those matches.
No one gives a shit. Obviously,
Australians, of course, do.
Yeah, but they should have shown it in New Zealand, shouldn't they?
It was kind of close to forward, that pass. Funaki now goes off to the short side. Nice work here. Down the wing. Oh, okay. He hasn't really had the ball today. Now Dalzell carries forward 38 minutes out. Australia A won the first test by like 15 and the second game by 1 point. Okay. Do you see them winning all three of the games, Xavier, or do you think it could end up being the other way around for this final matchup? But currently 46 minutes through, that's going to be the penalty to Wellington. Not releasing penalty against AUCKLAND, even though I say it wrong, but that's all right. Lovely. Okay, so both sides giving away one penalty in the half. Dominic Bird, tall timber that he is, just getting a little bit of attention, only a very little amount, wasn't it? Now Jackson Garden Bishop kicking this one downfield into touch. Nice one. It's a good little bit of a set play, wasn't it? Delaney. Okay, it was an interesting one in that breakdown because it kind of looked like Delaney lost his footing, then got back up and had another go.
Yeah.
And come on, Aucklanders. And there, as I says, Nathan, also didn't watch the last game because I was watching Wallaroos choke a lead to the Kiwis based on the first game we should, says Xavier. And also, what do you think of Michael Jones' boy, Nico? As long as he learns that he needs to tackle lower than the neck, he'll be all right. Because he's already scored a try in today's game, but he knocked himself out last week from trying to head-high tackle a guy, which is unfortunate. Oh, Duplessis Karefi. That was not the best pass from Riley Higgins there. It was a bit low. So Karefi was pretty disappointed with that one.
Yeah, but
Still want to be able to take them, though, don't you?
The 50-50 balls, Karefi doesn't seem to catch.
No. Ruben Love kicks it downfield. It's about 3 men trying to shepherd him, and he's still almost still got that ball back, but he's saying it's a knock-on. Love's disappointed. Gets helped back up to his feet by Harry Plummer. But yeah, he looks like an exciting young prospect, Nico Jones. He's strategic because when you're a young player, you want to stand out. And he's got the bright green on the back of the headgear. So you can kind of spot him from a mile away. Like when Shani Williams is out there for the Wallaroos. You see the rainbow headgear. You just know exactly who you're looking for. Karefi's had a bit of a 50-50 game, hasn't he? He's had a couple drop balls, but also has had a couple great moments.
Yeah.
And Nico's good man, but his problem seems to be his size amongst the Lucy's. Must be one of the smallest going around. Still got heart, though, says Nuzzy Williams in there. And do you think Michael Cheika will do anything as LeBron coach for this World Cup? Lebanon.
Because he's Because isn't he coaching Lebanon in the Rugby League World Cup?
Interesting, because they're already a pretty solid side, aren't they, Lebanon? They're not too bad. I think we actually have to play them in one of our first matches.
Because I think Argentina, the rugby side, play England within a week or something of when Lebanon finished playing or something. I don't know.
So I wonder how much it will kind of hurt England.
Yeah.
Hurt Argentina.
Argentina, yeah.
Not having him there for some of it. But if they're already in England, I guess he might be trying to juggle them.
What do you say to the Argentinians?
Mm.
You get tackled, you stand up and play the ball? Wrong sport.
What language do they speak in Lebanon? Lebanese? How does one speak Lebanese? You know any Lebanese words?
No.
A Lebanon coach rugby league. He is coaching them because he's Lebanese. Well, that will help because I'd assume if he's Lebanese, he knows a bit of Lebanese. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Sorry.
Funaki again, faster, son, faster, says Lax. Yeah, he does make a few little mistakes, doesn't he? I know that George always used to say about Jonathan Ruru being annoying because of his size. He felt like he should have been in the loose forward trio, then the halfback. But Funaki, it seems to be he's their first choice, and then the second choice, tries to go straight through the middle of the breakdown there. Yeah, the second choice normally comes off the bench in Manu Paya, who might be a decent option to have in the starting lineup. Kebab says Nutty Williams there. And Yo says Nate. Yeah, currently 45 metres out. Wellington still in position. Garden Bishop. This game's getting a little closer. Definitely have Auckland scored there. Players all started falling down. And boo is what we're hearing from the crowd. I'm not sure why they're booing because their team has the ball.
Yeah, they both got taken out, so doesn't matter.
Yeah, Perenata goes back across the Garden Bishop. Higgins in the midfield finds Patafilo. He almost juggles it, but he's actually done well to be able to recover, and not just recover, but also make a few extra meters until it was stolen by AJ Lamb. Not legally, though. TJ Perenata now taking the quick tap. Gives it off to Riley Higgins. Yeah. He's claiming it's on the line. They're saying no try. It looks like it's short. Riley Higgins, he was pretty happy with that one for a start, wasn't he? So size doesn't matter anymore. Chislin Colby, Hamish Watson, Antoine Dupont exist, says it lacks Axel. Right, they want to check the grounding. Did Higgins just score an absolute blinder? You thought he was short or out?
Out.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's short. And it's on the touchline. A little bit of both. What's been your favourite competition this year out of the Rugby Championship and the Six Nations? I'd say the Rugby Championship, mainly because of the fact that every team had a chance of winning it. And it was always, I guess, going to be a tight photo finish. Six Nations was good as well, though. I really enjoyed seeing the building of, I guess, French and Irish rugby. Hopefully not too soon, because I know that a lot of people say they might be peaking early. I hope that's not the case, and hopefully they do continue to get stronger as we move into the Rugby World Cup 2023. There's still plenty of games. I believe each international team at this point probably has another maybe 10 matches or so before they head into that World Cup. So plenty of time to try and make sure you right your wrongs and get yourself in a really good place mentally and physically in France. Nicely taken at the front by Patrick Tuipulotu. Now Funaki goes back across. That's a big charge forward. A little bit of a counteract there from Wellington. And also, what women's games are you streaming? I'll have a look and see which ones we have got on the cards. I think it depends a little bit with what the plan is for tomorrow. We've still got slightly changing schedules for throughout the day for Saturday, which initially was going to be that I wasn't able to do the provincial game, but now there's a chance that I may be able to do the provincial semi-final. So
tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night, yeah. Tomorrow afternoon. I see that Scotland are playing Australia. We might end up doing that game. Only might, though. That's not guaranteed. And also the other game we might do is France versus England. That is the game kicking off at 8 p.m. tomorrow night. But then on Sunday, we are doing Wales versus New Zealand and Fiji versus South Africa. Both of those games we are going to be covering in the afternoon, and I may even have a mumsy with me for some of those ones.
Mm.
Although she might be heavily hungover after her big piss up the night before.
Oh, yeah, right. Nah, I don't know, because I got the movies. I want to go to the movie.
Is that the one with, what's his face, George Clooney?
Yeah. And Julia Roberts.
I see. Perenara now goes back across. Good hands from Patafilo. Now ball on the outside to Julian Savia. Looks like, who's got that one? I think Auckland almost ended up with that ball. TJ Perenara trying to rip it out of the hands of the number 15, Jordan Traylor. And will Wasp Rugby be placed or replaced by another club because the between Chiefs and Wasps cancelled? Ooh, not sure. It would be a shame because they have got quite a few good players in that Wasp side, but I know that financials have been mentioned quite a bit in recent times. France and England will be a good game, says David. Yeah, it will be a good one. Kind of watch and see exactly who the pace setter of that side of the group are, if that makes sense. Whoever wins that game finishes top of that group. So it could be an interesting watch. That's the thing. Even if I don't get the chance of live streaming them, I'll probably be watching a majority of the matches just silently to myself, I guess, or just whispering commentary while watching them. Oh, she's going down the wing. I don't actually do that, by the way. Although I did end up commentating. I tried chess yesterday. It didn't go well, but I ended up kind of explaining my thoughts behind the moves and still got beaten twice.
Yeah, have you ever played it before?
No, not really, but, seemed like I didn't suck at the end of it.
No, that's all right then.
That's what you want. 55 minutes through. Stalemate between these two sides, isn't it?
Yeah, first, I knew it. I'm not very strategic with chess. I just try to get all the things.
Yeah.
But like checkers.
I feel like checkers is a better game.
Yeah.
Because
you get crowned when you get to the other end.
So satisfying when you get a bit of a streak going.
Yeah, and the other person goes off.
Currently scrum feed for Wellington. 10 metres out, tried table tennis commentary. Says Nazi Williams. I have, believe it or not. I've actually had I guess that was our big run from Julia Savia. A great tackle made by Simon Hickey, though. It's able to tie up the ankles. Now Billy Proctor close. But yeah, I've actually done some semi-professional. That's a try for TJ Perenara. Yeah, semi-professional table tennis commentary. Which was kind of weird.
It was.
But fun, wasn't it?
So what happens with that? Can anyone see it on YouTube? Or you're not telling anyone?
Maybe, don't know. I think I'm a good chess player. Truth is I suck. Says Taylor the mod. Although sometimes sucking is better than being good. Because the person I was playing, he said that he prefers playing people who have played a lot more because you can start to work out their strategy. Whereas with someone like me who goes, look at this piece, boom, up there. Yeah. And he goes, why'd you do that?
Why not?
You were born for this job, Hamish. Got to go to work, see you from Munster. I hope Auckland make a comeback, says Bianca there. Melbourne Rebels play tomorrow at 4 p.m. versus Japanese side liners. And also, or the sideliners, sorry. Will Gideon and Quade Cooper play for the liners. Obviously, no Cooper tomorrow. How's his injury coming along? I know that a while ago he was learning how to kind of walk again on that one leg, but I assume now he's up to the stage of maybe walking / maybe quick stepping. A little bit of treadmill work, perhaps. Right, Pieta is making his way out onto the field. That is replacing Nico Jones, the youngster. Did score the try earlier on for Auckland. Now.
He runs like his father. Nico Jones.
Nice take.
If you saw
James Blackwell,
Michael Jones run in that, you'd understand what I meant.
Jackson Garden Bishop, that one's gone almost straight up in the air. Julian Savia, though, tries to contest for it. Wasn't able to get it. Just smacks Simon Hickey out of the way. Says, no, you are in the way. AJ Lamb, this might be a 50-22 here. Jackson Garden Bishop's not careful. No, he's done well to clean up that one. It looked like he was just going to let it go out till I think he realised what he was going to be doing. Jordan Trainer now goes back across this time to Simon Hickey. Now Aoke. It was ripped by Wellington. A chip behind. Ruben Love cleans it up. Oh, he's just taken a massive shot from Billy Proctor, his teammate. I mean, I don't know what Ruben Love's asking for. Penalty? Okay, no. So now it's going to be the push. So Ruben Love, first of all, I think was asking for the high shot, but it was actually Billy Proctor who connected with him.
Yeah.
So he tried to get his teammate sent to the bin for a start, but then from there he realised that it was the extra push from an Auckland player that then created the bit of a connection. I see that our scoreboard's gone to sleep, but if we go like this, there we go, has now updated itself a little bit more.
Oh.
Yeah, that was Bryce Heem. Man, who we haven't seen too much of today.
But isn't he in the
All Blacks 15? He is indeed. Throwing out a sophomore, nicely taken. Oh, Duplessis, Karefi's hands. Once again, I've let him down.
Well, they're saying how small Nico Jones is. Well, he's not that big either, is he?
I guess not in terms of loose forwards, but yeah, see,
It's got to be scrappy when you're a loose forward, don't you?
He hasn't had too many easy passes thrown at him.
And he hasn't caught any of them.
No. Okay, Tame Plumtree sounds like he's not too far away from making his way out onto the park. Still 20 minutes left in this contest. Auckland need the next try, preferably converted, if they do want to try and get themselves a little bit further back into the match.
I'm just looking at the time, and it's 20 past 8. There's only 20 minutes to go.
We had a longer half time than I think they anticipated.
Yeah, but even so, it's still...
And then you've also got that couple TMO. Well, even that's not really enough, is it? They've been very slow this second half.
Oh, I know, but even so, it's going to finish early. And when you look at how long an All Black Test match takes, it takes 2 hours.
Okay, scrum penalties. 3 against Auckland, 2 against Wellington. That, of course, can slow it down a little bit as well. Garden Bishop, though, kicking it into touch. Nice kick. Nice. Good angle on that one. 22 metres out now. Another line out. Opportunity for Wellington.
It's Friday.
Okay, Dom Bird's actually the one going off for Tame Plumtree.
Okay.
So Duplessis Karifi gets to stay out there a bit longer. Why do I feel like he's got a try coming up? You know, just because he's dropped everything else.
Yeah.
It's normally the way that it works. Tame Plumtree, actually a player, got a hat-trick in last year's Bunnings NPC. Did very well. Here comes Karefi. Now driving at the line. Here he comes, almost through the gap. 10 metres out now from the line. I thought for a second he was just going to go straight up the middle and score. Now Perenara looking to the side, consider trying to go himself.
Come on, Perenara, you've scored already. Should have passed it.
Now big run from Caleb Delaney. Duplessis looks like he's calling for it. Instead, it's going to go behind him, though. Jackson Garden Bishop. It's a bit of a risky offload, but Ruben Love's picked it up beautifully, giving it off to Patafilo. That was not good from Patrick Tuipulotu. He was marking the man on Patafilo's outside. Unfortunately, there wasn't a man on Patafilo's outside.
No.
I think he just got wrong-stepped or wrong-footed. And T20 and League World Cup tomorrow, and go the Black Ferns. Says Kipper Gronk, plenty of international competitions going on around the world at the moment. Duplessis Karefi, that was a good acceleration. Voice is going to try and disappear before tomorrow. That would be unfortunate. I do way too much talking during the week now, I think.
Yeah, you do.
You can attest to this, can't you? I just never shut up. Ruben Love, nice pass, Patafilo. Yeah, Tuipulotu just, nah. Defence non-existent.
Mm-hmm.
I move up to 38 points to 14 up here with a kick to come to try and make it 40 points. Why does Asafa Moore look extremely stoned at the moment? You see him in the background. He's kind of just grinning like this. Someone put some good stuff in his power, right? Come on, Auckland.
He's just on a high because...
Right, you think Garden Bishop can nail this kick? He's been kicking very well today. 4 from 5, only missing one right near the touchline. And which team Wellington will face in the final? Either Canterbury or Bay of Plenty are the two options. The odds of Auckland winning is like the odds of Elon Musk giving me $1 million, says TSM. So you're saying there's a chance. What a kick that is from Garden Bishop. He's making it very difficult for them, though, because he just keeps on adding those extra 2 points. And when you think about it, he's got 10 extra points on the board just from conversions. If he hadn't got on those, you're looking at about 30 points to 14. This game's still not completely put to bed. But at the moment, you'd have to say it's very close to that bed. It's kind of been made. It's all nicely laid out. And the duvets are sitting there just about to go over, but not quite. Because I hope Auckland don't want to get into the bed just yet.
I've no idea what you're bloody talking about.
Great take from Wellington again. Time it was James Blackwell. Auckland need to go and download the God glitch mode or the God mode glitch. Yeah. Just end up increasing their strength to 100 so that they can just bump off everyone. Similar to what you saw from Tana. Oh, wow, that's a good shot from Plumtree. He didn't mean to clean him up the way he did, but he did clean him up. No team for Christchurch in this tournament. That would be Canterbury. So they are going to be the team playing tomorrow night in their semi-final up against Bay of Plenty. This result was expected. Akira made a big difference last week, says Lax Axel. And yeah, out of the two sides, you'd say that it was definitely Auckland who lost more of their players due to All Black selection. Probably, I think they had 2 or 3 that they ended up losing, whereas Wellington...
They haven't had that many all season, have they?
No, maybe 1 for Wellington? Or maybe not. No, I don't think they lost any players, which I guess helped with the chemistry side of things. And also, we're going to come on Auckland. I see you pricks will bounce back. Oh, I said you pricks will bounce back. Don't make me shame on my word. Well, they're certainly going to have to score soon. And yes, solid Akira, says Nate. Oh, that was a good clothesline.
Wasn't it?
I think. The best clothesline are the ones they aren't expecting.
Oh, there's a local game here years and years ago. I still remember the Waimate Centre clotheslining the other fella. Oh, it was poor bastard.
Did he get a red card?
No.
Did he get a yellow card?
I can't remember. Don't know that he got any card. I'm not sure.
Did they have referees?
I don't know, but shit, it was a hard shot.
I remember when one of the players for, I think it was one of the local boys, when me, George, Daniel, and Isaac went down to watch. It was one of the players, he might have also been in the back line, but he was one of those guys who were like, I don't want to wear a mouth guard, so I'm not going to. And then both of his teeth got knocked out.
Oh.
I think, yeah, they went in through his gum as well, I think, for one of them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, wear a mouth guard, kids, I think is what I'm trying to tell you there. Right, Xavier off the field. That is for Connor Garden Bishop, and Xavier Numia will be making his way off the field now. It's always hard for a prop when you got to pretty much run the width of the field.
Yeah, they could have come over this side for him.
Nice run from a Safa, moving up to halfway now for Safa Moore. It's quite a bit of an alliteration there with a lot of A's in a row. Now Richard Judd goes back to Tane Plumtree. Good tackle made on him. Driven backwards nicely. Going to be now short side. Judd goes off to Blackwell. And it was the old days Hamish red cards were given out by Nancy's, says David the Mod.
Yeah, I don't think they had them.
And to be fair, if a player's just been clotheslined, you probably don't want to annoy the player who's clotheslined him. Yeah. We haven't needed our cards today, have we?
No, we haven't.
For yellow or red, that's very good news. Good
That's
discipline.
unusual.
Oh, it's a knock-on. That's a shame. Lost forward off gold there. 14 minutes left. I don't think anyone noticed that.
No.
God,
I was honestly.
handling errors, 9 from Wellington, but
Wow.
also 7 from Auckland. That's a lot of handling errors for a dry game.
Yeah.
About 4 of those for Wellington are Duplessis
I was
Karefi,
gonna
unfortunately.
say that's one player.
Right, Funaki off the field. Now Manu Paia is out there on the park. Tongan representative. Be very excited to get 14 minutes at the end of this game. And probably at the end of this Bunnings NPC season for Auckland. Unless something drastic happens here. They need 4 converted tries or 3 converted tries and 1 unsuccessfully converted try. They need 4 tries. 4. It's 1 more than 3, 2 more than 2, 3 more than 1, and 4 more than 0.
I'm glad you can add.
It was just in case anyone wasn't sure. And how much is the only way people can watch the Samoa versus England game, says Prod. In New Zealand, it's on Spark Sport. That is your best option. You might be able to sign up for a free trial so that you can watch, I guess, this opening week of the Rugby League World Cup. But after that, you may need a subscription to Spark to be able to continue watching it. Yeah, pretty much all of the World Cups are on Spark at this stage. The Women's Rugby World Cup on TV, possibly. Says Nasi Williams. I'm not too sure whether or not they have got it on free-to-air here in New Zealand. I know that we got to see New Zealand versus the Leeds Rhinos on YouTube.
So is any of it on Prime?
Not sure about Prime. Nice offload there. And Bryce Heem, he's done well to just hang onto that ball 5 metres out. Sorry for interrupting. Yeah, Auckland very close to the try line.
No worries.
Around the side. Still another 12 and a half minutes left. They need to try every 3 minutes. Is this going to be the first? That is the first. Well, there you go. Patrick Tuipulotu goes in and gets himself the try. I'd like to think they'd have at least one game free to air a week. New Zealand's game. You got to, don't you?
Well, was the Black Ferns delayed last week?
Yeah.
Something was
I think
delayed.
so.
I can't remember what.
Sorry, mate. It was one of my dry dumb jokes. No, it's all right. I do enjoy a good dry joke every once in a while.
Yeah.
I have a question. What makes lemonade dry? You know, you get like dry lemonade. Feels pretty wet to me. Like, what's the difference?
I don't know.
Game on. Still another 12 minutes left, but the score now becomes 19 points. So the thing is, that's actually a misconversion. So now they need 3 converted tries just to draw. At this point in time of the game. But yeah, like, I've always wondered, what's the difference, you know? Dry ginger ale as opposed to ginger ale.
Dry ingredient instead of lemon.
So like lemon powder?
Yeah.
Lemon zest? Maybe. That's a good take there from Cobb.
Oh.
Stolen by Ruben Love, but he's once again put that ball down. Dry humour at its best, or is the best, says David the Mod. And drier, less sweeter. Okay. So less sugar, maybe? So pretty much what you're saying is less good. Oh, they say sugar is good for you. They don't say that. Don't have too much sugar, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, because when you stop using it, it's not good for you.
Sounds like you're describing a drug, but some would say that sugar is a substance.
It's a bit like fizzy.
You ever tried snorting it?
What, fizzy?
No. That's going to be another one to Auckland here. Scrum penalty. Well, things are not too happy. I'm just guessing because it certainly ain't cheaper, says David the Mod. Which is weird, isn't it? Because you'd think it would use less resources if it was less sweet. And I also keep an eye out on YouTube. I think Sky Sports Next may be showing the game live for Rugby World Cup. Not 100% sure, says Nate. Yeah, because they were who did the New Zealand game, weren't they? So I'm not too sure whether or not it was just because it was a warm-up. They were like, we're going to show everyone, or whether it's actually all the games for New Zealand. It would be pretty cool. And they would get quite an audience as well. Lenny Apasai throws it in. Jackson Pugh takes it nicely, gives it off to Manu Pai. Now another attacking run here. Going to be Corey Evans. Pai once again.
They put all the competitions on at the same time, though.
Yeah, nah, someone didn't think it through.
No,
Jackson
they
Pugh going almost through the defensive line. 10 minutes out. Tui Palotu. Another good carry from him in a row now around the back. Auckland getting close. Tupisi Karefi manages to roll away there. Manu Pai back across to Tui Palotu. This is where we start to see maybe Auckland come a little bit more alive. The last 10 minutes. If they left it too little too late, though, that's going to be obstruction, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The player just got it slightly wrong. That was the momentum shifter that the Wellingtonians needed. Lenny Apasai just overcommitted to that breakdown. Went through brilliant work from Tane Plumtree to be able to dodge him, and then it meant that it just ended up with the people in the wrong place. New Zealand's men's team in the netball, they were able to beat Australia 56 points to 46.
Brilliant.
So they've done well.
Yeah, well, the sort of Ferns beat the Aussies the other day.
And they should have left the Rugby League World Cup on Sky plus more viewers. Yeah, it's so weird. It's as if Spark are throwing around some more money than Sky are at the moment. Because it seems to be like all the World Cups, the Rugby League World Cup, the Rugby World Cup in 2023 is probably going to be on Spark as well.
The T20's not though, is it?
T20, I think it's on
Sky.
Oh, no, it might be on Spark as well.
Oh, is it? I thought it was on Sky.
I think the warm-up games might be on Sky.
Oh, okay.
But I could be very wrong in that statement. Very wrong. I often am very wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, is Australia playing tonight up against England in 32 minutes? There you go. Sparks upside. I was streaming, but now Sky has streaming too, says Lex Axel.
Warm-up Sky.
Oh, so they have got it on. Who's
on Sky?
Who's got? There's something on Spark Sport as well, other than the two that we've mentioned. Is it the Women's League World Cup that I'm thinking of, perhaps? That they have also got on there. Oh, little pop pass up. Tui Palotu, good ankle tap made there. Although he's hit the ground pretty hard, Tui Palotu, for that one. That's going to be another advantage. Okay, he stayed down a little bit, Tui Palotu. Hopefully he's going to be all right, but I think his arms would have hit the ground pretty hard when he was coming down. Okay, it's just going to be a penalty. 6 minutes left in this game. Wellington still with a 21-point lead. So they will be going on to face off next weekend against either Canterbury or Bay of Plenty, the winner of the other match that has taken place. Same time as this one started tomorrow. Yeah, Tui Palotu's still down. A little bit longer, though, this time it's because the boot fell off. And England versus Samoa prediction, says Sebastian. This is going to show my lack of rugby league knowledge, isn't it?
It is.
I'm going to say, I think on home soil, England should be able to get the job done. But Samoa are going to make it very hard for them.
Because with England, didn't they used to have just Great Britain for the league?
Yeah.
And they were pretty strong, weren't they, Great Britain? Are they as strong individually?
I want to say England are about 4 favourites to win.
Okay.
The cup, maybe? And Samoa looking tough. They certainly are. If Samoa turn up, they could definitely beat England. I've got a Ruben Love, nice kick downfield. That's a lot of space there. It's going to be sitting up nicely. It means netball him in there, says Cooper Cronk. And there's, they managed to get themselves the win over the Australian men's side. Now another big run. Or another big breakdown, I should say. They have been able to counter there. Connor Gunn and Bishop goes off. I believe that's PJ Sheck now. The only Sheck out there on the park. There's Roger. Nowhere to be seen. Nice ball on the inside. Riley Higgins will be able to run it in. gets himself his second of the game. Looks like he's got a bit of cramp in the process, but that has definitely put it to bed. And it used to be Great Britain, but then they realised that Wales and Scotland were contributing with F-all, so they booted them.
Okay. Is that what the story was?
And England up there these days, says Nuzzy Williams. I'm actually going to have a very quick look. Probably third, says Nuzzy Williams. Yeah, I'm going to have a quick guess. So I know Australia certainly have to be up there, don't they, in terms of favourites. I don't think New Zealand will be in the top 3. Maybe top 5. New Zealand 5th in terms of odds of winning. Well, they might be higher, though. First half be interesting. Depends on who's more organised. Come second half, England by 4, Sebastian, says Nate. And there. So he's only 20.
20?
Yep.
Well, that Ruben Love can't be much more, though.
I think he's also somewhere in there. So Samoa actually come in as favourites.
And this guy's just pretty young too, isn't he?
Aidan Morgan, yeah, although he's probably not quite of the calibre of the other two yet. They have got quite a few young players coming through the ranks. But yeah, Samoa are actually favourites by $1.63.
Wow.
And New Zealand versus Australia in the semi-final was the most likely. Yeah, so that's not going to be fun, is it?
What are we talking now?
Rugby League.
League, or might be that in the cricket too. They Aussie aren't going that flash against England, are they? You'll be pleased about that, Sebastian.
So, outrights. Outright World Cup winner. Oh, no, New Zealand are actually considered second on the list.
No?
So it's Australia, $1.53 favourites. New Zealand, $3.75 favourites. Tonga are $15 favourites and 5th. England 4th.
Oh.
And Samoa 3rd. Damn, Samoa the favourite.
Samoa would be just as good as Samoa.
I guess it just depends on who shows up, really. It's quite interesting, though. Everyone else, other than that, like Fiji are the next down in 6th on $201 to win the thing.
Yeah, but Fiji aren't really renowned for their league, are they?
No. And then Papua New Guinea, $301. And then everyone else, Scotland, Wales, Ireland, Lebanon are $501. That kind of surprises me because they're not actually too bad, are they? Lebanon.
Expecting them to be up there.
I thought they'd go all right, but not great at the predictions. I won't be happy until we retain the Ashes, Donna. There you go.
So where is that this year?
Nowhere this year, but next year it will be in England.
Ooh, okay. Is it every second year? Okay.
And also a couple of weeks ago, someone on here asked why South Africa isn't strong in league. It's because during rugby amateur era, South Africa were playing players under the table, as were the French. Says David the Mod. Tame Plumtree and Harry Plummer just having a bit of a push and a shove. And also Samoa has the best back line this Rugby World or League World Cup. Australia seem to be better at league and New Zealand better at union. That does seem to be the case.
Yep.
And you'd have to say it's probably down to the slightly lower ranked competitions. You know, NRL compared to New Zealand, who probably strive more in their provincial rugby in terms of the comparison of the sports.
So back in the day, the Kiwi Rugby League team used to be quite good against Aussie. We had quite a few good battles with the Tamati brothers and
Ruben Love has just scored another try for Wellington. Almost dropped it, but that's going to bring up the 50 points. What a statement.
Wow. If they play like this, they might be Canterbury. Just saying.
Who were the brothers that you were saying about?
Tamati
brothers.
Kevin and Brian, I think.
Okay. I see.
Kevin and Brian.
I'll take your word for it. That's a very nice bounce for Ruben Love, isn't it? And Hickey just knew he was in trouble at that point in time. Slams the ball down. Says, thanks very much for coming. You'd have to say he does deserve a try, and that is definitely a statement. Heading straight into the next game. The question is, who's it going to be up against? Will it be Canterbury or will it be Bay of Plenty? But either way, I believe it's going to be at Sky Stadium. So that will test out our theory of what kind of attendance they can get. Deadly backline Samoa, says Nate. And also Howie says Nuzzy Williams. And New Zealand beat the Kangaroos the last time and are currently ranked number 1. This is the strongest Kiwi side for a long time. Says Cooper Cronk there.
Sure.
It's going to be the end of this matchup, though. 54 points to 19. Yeah, Donna, back in the day when people could take a joke. Hello, Howie Tamati. says it was a David the Mod.
And then the big scrap going off the field, and they were still scrapping. That was awesome.
I think that's why so many people enjoyed State of Origin this year, because there was a full-on punch-up.
Well, back in the day too, State of Origin used to be a big punch-up with Mark Geyer and Blocker Roach and all those sort of fellas, and they didn't give an inch. They just full-on. Yeah, because back then they didn't get done for fighting like you do now. But yeah, that was good.
Good call. Don't know her name. She says David the Mod, and also cheers, guys. Says.
Oh no, it wasn't
Nazi Williams.
No. Sorry. Oh, I got the wrong Tamati.
Ah.
Yeah, that was Howie.
I see.
Brian Tamati's the preacher guy, isn't he?
Is he? I wouldn't know. Mark Gaia Monster. Gaia. And the Kiwis are the best fullback, in my opinion, says Cooper Cronk.
Cool.
And there as well. But nonetheless, we will be doing some rugby league at some stage in the near future. Also, the Women's World Cup. Also, maybe some Bunnings NPC, the URC, all coming up on the Kiwi Lads channel. But thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And we will see you all for the next one.